What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be showcasing my live twin Fiendsmith deck that I've been playing lately. Been having pretty good success with it at locals, and yeah, let's get into the deck profile. Starting off, we got 3 live twin Kiss a Kill. The best one, normal summon it, special the blue one from deck. It's definitely the best starter, but there's also another one, Kiss a Kill Frost. This one's, the main thing is just that it's a Kiss a Kill. Because all these allow you to go into your link 1 for deal, and then deal does for cost the blue name that you need. And that's also a light fiend that can go into Requiem. So that's your main bridge now. Now that Moon's gone, so moving on into Lila. So we're playing 2 regular Lila because it's not the best normal summon. I guess it can be really good normal summon because you can normal and bring out the other ones, but I just wanted to kind of cut out on bricks a little bit. You know, I'm playing an extra brick for no reason. Then 2 sweet. I didn't like 1 sweet because I tend to open one and then I can't dump it off of my link 1, and I just want it engraved. It's also not that bad because it negates a card in response to the activation of your live twin monster. So if you normal something like Kiss a Kill and they try to like let's just say impulse or anything, you can just chain sweet and then negate that card or anything like that. And you gotta remember it's for live twin cards, so it also counts live twin sunny snitch, so you can activate this and then yeah, you just chain sweet to negate it, because it says when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to a live twin card or effect activation, quick effect discard. And then for wrapping up the Lilas, I play 1 treat. I just wanted a name where my opponent's let me full combo and I just have this sunny snitch in hand where I can just Sunny Snitch, grab treat, and then it's just another free special body on the field. And also, if if you notice, there's Cyber, Spellcaster, Zombie. We do play a Bow, so with all the extra types in the grave, we can draw a lot in our standby phases to keep us in like the grind game or anything. And yeah, all right, moving on. That's it for the Lilas. Playing 3 Sunny Snitch, and this is going to wrap up the live twin cards in our deck. On activation, just lets you grab a live twin monster, and then if you control evil twin, every time they normal or special summon, you'll gain 200 life points. They'll lose 200 life points, so it kind of helps you stay alive. You are getting your board broke by like your worst matchup is like Mitsurugi, just because they can just nuke your board. It kind of the same problem Yummy does, where they just have no way to play around that destruction. Other than like we have Fiendsmith cards, so we always have follow up. Usually Mitsu doesn't OTK through a board. Moving on, I'm playing a really big Fiendsmith package now that Moon's gone, and we do have access through the live twin cards, but I just wanted to play as big a package as I can because most of the time people are going to try and stop you from getting to it, and then you can just surprise them and already have the cards in your hand. So with that being said, we have 3 Engraver, Lacrima, Lurie. I'm still doing the Lurie package, and I'm on 2 track. If I had the 3rd track, I'd play it. Like I said, I really want to play as big as Fiendsmith package as I can because it just helps you in the grind game so much. And now with the Fiendsmith Lacrima, track is also just really broken for going into plays that people don't see coming and being able to like recycle like your deals, your Kiss a Kill, Evil Twins, and all that, and just going straight into like a DD high wave king Caesar on like 2 summons or something dumb, or like when Yummy tries to like book your Lurie, which I don't know why they do that. You can always just track, and if you have another like fiend in hand, you can just hard make Lacrima and your Lurie's not a dead card. Moving on. But yeah, I definitely want to play as much Fiendsmith as I can. It's just such a strong engine, and yeah. And then 1 Paradise just to go with the Fiendsmith engine. So if I go like the DD line and I don't feel like going into too many fusions, or I'm scared of being stopped or whatever, I just have an extra interruption on my opponent's turn. Or if I get Charming, I can just make the Requiem, and then yeah. Another thing to say with the Fiendsmith cards is that I really like them because when I turn on like K9 cards with like deal and a sweet, and then sweet effect to summon itself back from grave, these can out a lot of cards on like your turn when your opponent's trying to interact with you. So like when you have Requiem equipped to a Graver, you just send it, you just link 3, Desiree, Sun, whatever, just so like they have nothing, and then you kind of just waste all their interruptions on your turn. That's one thing I really liked about the deck, is just like when your opponent's trying to play on your turn as well, you can be outing their board as you're just doing your regular combo anyways. That's why I think it's really strong. Moving on to non-engine, this deck does have a lot of room for non-engine. Multramifua, it's just the best one right now. It's the only one I think you really need to play, just because like if you do it, they just make a half board, and then if you have any other Charmies, they're definitely just not playing anyway, so it's like whatever. It's also the card we lose to. It's the like bowling card this deck loses to. And yeah. And because of that, I do play a special card in my deck that most people don't main. Moving on, 3 Ash, just to out the Fuas because we lose that card so bad, and it's just the best generic hand trap like ever made, essentially. Moving on, I am playing Bell. The goal of this is I just don't want Lupus to come out of grave, because if they Nash Knight at the wrong spot, I can just instantly lose the game. And yeah, I guess like I had Biz Steals and stuff too, but no one's really on that stuff right now. But another thing too is it does out the Draco Tail trap. That's also why we have the 3 Ashes. I just wanted cards that really deal with those back rows, because when I normal summon my Kiss a Kill and they try to bounce it or anything, or like a Frost if my hand isn't that strong, I want to be able to stop that card so I can, you know, keep my bodies on the field and get into my links before they can stop me. Alright, moving on. I am playing 3 Droll. This deck, you can Droll yourself and still do pretty much full combo. You just don't get the draws, so you gotta be careful with your hand size, so you still have discards for a bow on both turns. Yeah, pretty much you go Kiss a Kill, they chain Fua, bray it out, and then you just Droll yourself, and then you still do Light Twin, Evil Twin, and Fiendsmith combo. And also it just randomly comes up against like people who are on big pile decks and stuff, and it can just cut your opponent out of like a grind game, because they can't get like their surprises in rotation or anything like that. So yeah, moving on. 3 Imperm. Not much to be said here, just a non-monster hand trap. Imperm set it for both turns, and then Droplet. Droplet's really good, but I almost do wish it's a hand trap, and I almost side it for going first, but like I said earlier, I just want to be able to stop my opponent when they're trying to play on my turn, so that's why I think Droplet's really good. Plus, with our Fiendsmith cards, we're always getting advantage when we're dumping Fiendsmith names with it. And then I think this deck's 41, and I have the one called by. Like I said, it's kind of the same thing as Ghost Spell. I'm trying to stop the Lupus, trying to stop the 5 mana. Pretty much my opponent trying to play on my turn. Moving on to the extra deck, we have Evil Twin Deal. This card's broke. It's a Link 1 Light Fiend. Just takes a Kiss Kill monster. For cost, you dump a Sweet or a Lila monster. And then each time your opponent responds to a Kiss a Kill or Lila card on resolution, you draw a card. So you can really punish your opponent for interacting around with this deck. And since no one's really looking at it as being such a good deck right now, you do a lot. Kiss a Kill, Lila, Link 2s. I'm not playing a second Lila or anything. That deck's pretty tight, and yeah, there's just not a lot of room, and I care more about like the Fiendsmith package than I really do about these. And then also the Trouble Sunny to round out the Evil Twins. So yeah, these are all the Evil Twins. Then just a random Muckraker. This is just for like follow-up turns, or like when you're stuck in that grind game. If you can finally stick 2 bodies, you can Muckraker, bring back a Fiend, either go into like Fiendsmith combo or restart your Evil Twin combos or Light Twin combos. Yeah, it's just really good for grind games. That's why I have it. Also, I really like this whole deck just because it has a lot of links in the extra deck. So you can really punish the enemy players who don't know when to book well. And you're just sitting on all these link monsters that they can't get rid of. Alright, moving on to the Fiendsmith package, we got Requiem, Sequence, and the Gumday as our links. A Gumday just helps me out people's boards on my turn as well, and for OTK instances. Uh, Requiem, we don't talk about it. Just allows you to play a little bit on your opponent's turn, and it's really good for half boards. And Sequence, just the fusions. Alright, and then we have Desiree and Fiendsmith Lacrima. This card's just broken. I don't know why they brought it back. A lot of people say it's fine, but if you play this deck, you'll see why Lacrima is so good in this format. Especially with the graveyard effect of track being able to fuse into it. Like, I never make this guy with my Sequence. I always just use track and then bait out stuff. Because, like, you could do track, Lacrima target Engraver to come back out, and, like, they have to do something there. But guess what? You haven't even used Engraver effect yet, so you can still get your bodies back and keep going. And then Desiree, yeah, just for the negate, and then the Paradise, and all that stuff. Another thing, too, with this deck is usually you can bait out an entire board, and you can still get 2 bodies on field, and then when you get 2 bodies on field, if you just, like, bricked and open your Paradise, if you just have Desiree plus, like, Paradise, you can just nuke a whole board. Like, I played into a full Draco Tail board, knowing, like, I wanted to be able to kill in that turn, obviously, through other interactions, but I knew they would set a bunch of back rows. I had Paradise in hand, and essentially I just, like, played and played until I got to a Sequence and broke through their board, and then made a Desiree, punched them, set the trap, and, like, on the standby phase, I just flipped the trap to bump, to get rid of the Rahu and Ketu and all that stuff, and just won the game from there. I do play the Princess, you know, I play the Lacrima. This is just to make it easier going into DDD, because, like, if your track gets stopped or anything like that, you can still get to the DDD if you need to. Also, it's just really good bait, and you do play a lot of hand traps, so sometimes, like, if I'm getting stopped and I can't get to Sequence or anything, I can just make a Princess, and then I play so many hand traps that just draw my opponent's turn and stuff and whatnot. Moving on, we got a Bow. This is one of the best cards in the deck. Just tag back in and out every round. It also pops a card, and yeah, it lets you draw a bunch of cards in your standby that fits your hand, and that's the main thing. Then 2 kind of flex cards, but they're good. Jin Buster is broken. Just a monster negate and burn them for 500. But the thing is you can go Sweet, bring out a body. If you have a Lila already, you just overlay those 2 for Jin Buster, then you link 1 into, like, Requiem, and then you just, like, full combo with Fiendsmith cards while you have Nib Protection. So then you have, like, this, DDD, and, like, Desiree set up. So it'd be broke. Or if you kind of circle back into, like, a Bow, bring back out, like, a live twin, and then you can start doing stuff from there too. And then Little Knight, just because generic, like, 2. And you can, like, out-dub stuff with it, like back row. And yeah, that's the deck profile, actually. I guess I could just show you guys my side deck as well for the format so far. I'm still experimenting with this, but yeah, here we go. Starting off, we have 3 Phantasme. This is mostly for Yummy. And also, it's oddly good and gets, like, Sky Striker and stuff just because of the target protection. And yeah, the targeting protection comes up a lot. It's actually really good. I've actually really liked having that card on my side. Moving on, 1 Harpies just for back row hate. And also just baits the back row of Draco Tail. And Yummy also does set, like, Purge and Psalms and all that other stuff too, so definitely comes up. I haven't used this card yet, but it's in here, Retaliating Sea. I was playing, I think I was just Raigeki over this, but I was playing a lot of Draco Tail matches, and I just wanted a card for them, because we don't really care too much about this Retaliating, because we just normal summon our name, link those 2 off for, like, Kiss Kill or something, yeah. And then we still, like, do Fiendsmith combo, because we just use the link 2 into the link 1, and then all that stuff. And later on, we could probably get back into that combo anyways. 1 Judgment, just because it's funny, and it's gold rare. Recently got hit the 1. I just have it in here for board breakers, because this deck doesn't have a lot of natural protection to, like, board breakers like Regeki and stuff. I mean, we do like Desiree and whatnot, but yeah, just if they have multiples, you kind of get cooked. So definitely need something to just handle one of those. Searchable Santa Claus with the track. That's also why I want to play 3 track. Is just to be able to search Santa Claus to out like Liger or the Lunalight deck. Yeah, it's just in there as a searchable one of just the out dumb stuff. And also, if it's like in your hand, you can still track fusion with it because it's a light fiend. So, like I said, Lacrima is just a broken card. I'm playing 3 evenly. I'm doing this because Draco Tail has the spell negate, so I want to play the trap just so they can't negate it and I can still out their board mostly. It's also pretty good in the Yummy if you can bait out the Herald. So yeah. Moving on. Last 3 cards is Nib. It's mainly for like Rogue and Yummy because not everyone's the best with Yummy, so they play into it really bad. Like you literally just let them full board, and then when they do the Metal Marcher, you just nib them there. And then since we play like Ghost Spell and stuff, you just bell when they try to reborn or whatever with the surprise and all that. So yeah, it's a good combo card for our deck. And yeah, that wraps up the deck. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What would you change? And as I said earlier, Fiendsmith Lacrima is broken and carries his deck. Peace out. Catch you guys in the next one.